have a full-time job and a part-time job, but I also stream and I take a lot of those things very seriously. A lot of people ask me how I manage to create so much content for my channel, and I have a very specific process that I follow so that I'm able to do this without losing my actual mind, and I'd love to be able to help you if you're looking to do the same thing. It's a lot of work. So let's talk about what you can actually do starting today to make this process so much easier. So a lot of us are told if you're gonna be a streamer, you have to create content on the side in order to bring an audience to your stream. And that is perfectly true because there's not a lot of visibility on Twitch and it's easier for viewers to find you on other platforms. So it's important to do a lot of different things, and one of them is to create content on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, etc. Now, for me, it was important to do something that I could sustainably keep up with over time because I do work a full-time job. I also have a part-time job and I have a lot of obligations. I work at a space museum because I enjoy it, but that stuff takes a lot of time out of my schedule where I'm not able to create content or edit it or post it or anything. So I'm going to take you through a step-by-step process that you can follow if you're a streamer and if you want to create content that attracts people to your stream, that doesn't take your entire day to do because you just don't have the time to do that. So let's get into it. So I created a spreadsheet that is just very simple. And let's take a look at it. I call it my content calendar. You can call it whatever you want. You put it in Google Sheets, you put it in Excel, whatever you want to do. It's important to realize you don't have to do exactly what I'm telling you to do. This is just what I've done. And this is where you need to start. This is just the first step in my personal process. You don't have to do exactly this, but I do suggest this because it's worked really well for me. So I'll zoom in just a little bit more. Hopefully this is pretty visible on your screen, and I'll put a link to this in my description so that you can copy it and use it for your own content. So in column A, I have hook/title. This is what you're going to say right at the top of your video to hook the viewer in. Usually after the hook, I say something like, and if you like horror, feel free to give me a follow. I post a video just like this every single day. And I say that so often because it really says, I noticed another creator making a video like that, and it made me realize I wasn't following them, and they post a video like that every day, and I was like, well, I want to see this type of content every day. You want to say it really quick. You don't want to take too much time because you put in a hook and now you need to deliver on that hook, but you say the hook, you invite them to follow, and then you get on with it as fast as you possibly can. So here's your hook. This is what pulls viewers in. It's not always the title that you put on the screen in TikTok or YouTube, but it is going to be your hook. Second is your idea, just a really quick description that will help you understand what your video is about. So for example, I have some examples of content that I've created, and I stopped making a lot of my book content, but I have a video about routine. It says routine, vid 1, about routine. The hook is, this indie horror game has been in the making for over 10 years. And that was the first thing I said to hook the viewer. And then my idea, this is all about routine. I'm going to tell you about routine. And then I have just this buckets thing because there's different buckets of content that I make: games, movies, books. And I'm actually phasing out books, so it'll be movies and games all related to horror. Oh, and then I also have a bucket that is all. Then you see post date. So I'm actually going to redo the dates so that they make more sense because I went with a really aggressive approach when I first did this, and I suggest that you do this the way I'm telling you now. It'll make it a lot easier. I've updated the dates here to make it a little bit easier to understand, but your post date is going to be a week from today. Let's say that it's November 21st. It is not November 1st, it is January, but for the sake of this example, we're gonna pretend. You are going to start scripting videos today. You're gonna script 3 videos today or tomorrow. And then you're going to film and edit 3 videos at a time. And we're going to talk specifically about filming and editing in a second. You should be able to do this in 30 minutes. I know. And sometimes in the beginning, it might take you a little bit longer, but filming and editing should only take you about 30-45 minutes of your day to complete. These short videos should not be taking a lot of your time. If they are, it's a red flag. You have a full-time job. You have a lot going on. You might have school. You cannot be spending a ton of time making content. I would say minimizing your filming and editing time. So one day you're going to script 3 videos. Day 2, you're going to film and edit those 3 videos. Day 3, you're going to script 3 more videos from your list, and then you're going to film and edit those 3 videos. And then you're going to script 3 videos, and then you're going to edit and edit those videos. That makes sense. You go back and forth 3 and 3 until at this point you have 10 videos saved up. You are ahead of yourself. If you look at this, on the 19th, you would have completed something that you're not going to post until the 21st. I like to have at least 4 to 7 videos saved in my drafts at any given moment. So I like to do the 3 and 3 method. Then when you have at least 7 saved in your bank, you can start posting daily. So you're going to post daily, and that way you're using up one of these videos a day, but you are always consistently going to be ahead. You're going to continue doing this pattern. You can cut it down to 2 videos and 2 videos a day if that's easier than 3. But you're going to continue this process, and you're always going to have videos in your drafts, and this should not take you more than 45 minutes a day to do. And if it does, you need to reconsider your process and what is taking you a long time to create the content. We'll talk about that in a second, but first I want to talk about these metrics things over here. Views are very different on different platforms. If you're posting on YouTube, if you get at least 1,000 views, 1,000 is kind of like your 200s, 300s jail. On TikTok, 1,000 videos on a short form YouTube video is not good. It's kind of like the average. So I highlighted in red anything under 1,000 views. I'm seeing these videos on YouTube as under the average. Even if they're 900 something, I'm seeing this video as under average. Under 1,000 views. If it's over 2,000, I'm saying that it's a little bit better. Something good is happening there. And so you can highlight this. So you can take your metrics, I would say after 2 days, give that time, for the video to sit. And then you can look at your metrics and say, oh, well, this video about routine seemed to do well on YouTube. And you can have that. And then you can look and see, oh, this video about this book scared me more than any movie this year did really miserably. And maybe we don't post that type of content again. Or on YouTube Shorts, you're going to take that video, you are going to unlist it, and you're going to post it again. So I've done that actually for this one. And so it went a little bit higher, but not still good enough. So TikTok is very different. TikTok jail about 300 to 500 jail, I would say. Anything over 1,000, I say, oh yeah, that video is doing okay for me. Did decently well for me on actually both platforms. And then also a video down here about routine did terribly on YouTube, but did really well on TikTok for me. And so you get an idea for what videos are sticking, what videos aren't, and you should continue to fill out your content calendar. And I actually like to highlight this as I go. So say this is all, like on that day that I post this video over here, I post that video, great. I post that video, great. So I'm going to highlight things that I do so I know, okay, mark those off my list. I have done these things. So I'm going to highlight these 2 things. Okay, we did things. What am I doing? Oh my God, it's not working. Woohoo, we did it. Okay, so let's say the 23rd. Oh, we're posting this video today. Let's get into it. Done. See what I'm doing? So you can use that as kind of like your things are green, they're done. Now to continue down your list, you want to do this for a full month. You just kind of want to be dumping ideas into the idea column, and they don't have to be perfect. Just put something in the column. They don't have to stick to that date. There are some things you see in red. So these are days where I had to film this particular video on this exact date. So I couldn't, do it ahead of time because the game literally came out, the day before. So I was sharing my impressions of the game, my first impressions on the day it came out, for example, here. And so you can't do that before, you can't film that before. So also when movies come out and you want to review a new movie the day it comes out in the theaters, you highlight that all in red. That means that you can't do it ahead of time, and you're going to skip that as you're going through your process. You can't film that ahead of time, so you're just going to keep going forward. If this is confusing, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best to explain this, but I think that I wanted to talk about the process of coming up with ideas for short form content. I talk about anything and everything related to horror movies and video games, and I would suggest that you look at things like horror games Reddit. You could put like the ideas that you've come up with so far, put them in ChatGPT and see like what other ideas it comes up with. Some of its ideas are not original at all, so just be very careful with that. Don't just take every idea it gives you and make a video out of it. Think about, what movies are coming out, what games are coming out, or what are the top 3 games you played when you were a kid that are just nostalgic for you, or what are the top 3 hardest stealth horror games, or what are the top 3 easiest stealth horror games? What are the games that scared you more than any other game ever? You see how easy this is? Just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. If you need help creating hooks, that's where ChatGPT can be a little bit better. But you want to tweak it. It's never given me a perfect hook for anything. And you can put your ideas in ChatGPT and then see if it can give you hooks. The hooks are very important. No video should be created without a hook. You need to have something in the beginning. I did a reaction to a movie trailer. That one doesn't really need a hook, and I didn't do a hook with that one. But your video 99% of the time needs some sort of way to hook in the person watching. So that's enough about the content calendar that I wanted to talk about. And if it helps, I create my scripts in my notes app, and I create a different note for every single script, and then I know to go back the next day, go to those notes and film quickly. You don't have to write out a script that says exactly what you're going to say in that video, but it's supposed to give you an idea. If you're talking about the top 3 horror games of 2025, go ahead and list out those games. You're like, I'm going to talk about this, this, and this. So that way, when you're sitting there down to film, you know exactly what you're going to be filming. You know exactly what you're going to be talking about. You spent your time yesterday thinking about what you were going to film, so you do not need to spend any time doing that today. You're just going to film. You're going to edit at the same time. So let's talk about filming and editing. You're going to film everything in TikTok using the green screen. You are not going to export and put into a CapCut or DaVinci or whatever. You are going to do everything in the editor. I know it sucks, it's not like the best. This is the fastest way to make this type of content. We're going to talk about editing later, things that could be edited, but for me, I personally do not do that, because for me, I started doing that and I realized it was taking me an incredible amount of time and the payoff was not good. So until you are better at this content, do not edit every video in a second app. Just do it straight in the app. Film it and use green screen and then add captions and music and you're done. That's it. That's all it should be. Don't overthink this. You don't have time to overthink it at this point. You'll get better and better at it. Don't overanalyze everything. It doesn't need to be perfect. Edit out your pauses if you need to, just in the TikTok app real quick. I was out editing everything. It was taking like an hour. It was taking like 2 hours for 3 short form videos, and I was getting like no views on them. So you know what? And I went to school for film editing for a year. So just so you know, just don't do that. It's actually not going to pay off right now. So don't bother spending a ton of time on that. Okay. So you've got all these drafts saved up. You're posting these videos every single day. This is just step 1 was the setup. Step 2 was starting this process of this content calendar. And you are now posting a video every single day, and you are prepping 3 videos a day in some type of way, either scripting or filming them. Now, whenever you're ready, you may feel like whenever you have a handle on this, let's say day 14, you're going to start posting gaming clips 4 out of 7 days of the week. Now, these need to be relatively low stress for you to edit. You need to pull them out as a clip straight out of Twitch and do some minimal editing, but you really need to make these easy for you to edit and post quickly, because you're going to mark off 4 days of the week where you're posting these gaming clips. So in an example, let's just say that we post gaming clips on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. If you're finding it stressful to go through all of your VODs and find time to clip, just use something like Nexus Clips, find the clips, or earmark the time while you're streaming, mark the time. And this every Wednesday and Sunday, I spend 45 minutes of my day looking for clips that I can post the other 4 times in the week. And I have built up a bunch of clips that I just save on my computer ready to, quickly. And I do minimal editing on my posts, but I do add funny sounds and memes and stuff like that. Now, on the other days of the week, let's say Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, there's 3 days of the week, you're going to be posting trending memes, trending sounds. You're going to look at creator search insights on TikTok, and you're going to find things trending in your niche. You want to post these same day. They're going to film and post them very quickly, off the cuff, very easy. Don't overthink this. They should be quick, easy, on the fly type of things. These have a really good chance of going viral, and they're also really easy for you to make. Just be very low key about the editing. Don't do anything fancy. Just keep it straight to the point and get them straight out there as fast as you can. To get to creator search insights on TikTok, there's a lot of tutorials about how to do this, but you just go to the main screen, click, and you just search for creator search insights, and it will literally pop up. You'll click view, and then you can click around and find some trending ideas in your niche. Now, at this point, if you're following along, you are posting 2 short form videos a day. You're posting something from your content calendar, and you're also posting a gaming clip or something from creator search insights or some trending sound that you found. One is a very trendy item, one is your content staple, and one is your gaming clips that could potentially go viral, but sometimes just do not. You have different buckets out there, but you are not overdoing it every day. It shouldn't take more than an hour every day to do all of these things that we're talking about. So in an average day, you might be planning out 2 videos that you're going to film tomorrow, and you're also posting a really quick video out of creator search insights. That should all take about less than an hour of work, and you've posted 2 videos and you're already getting ready for tomorrow. So it's fantastic. Another day, you might be filming 2 videos and posting a game clip that you've already queued up during your weekly game clip finding time. So you've already done that. So in thinking about this, it's important to visualize that each day, you set aside at least an hour of time to do your daily social activities. And this shouldn't be hard for you. And as you move along in this process, it gets easier and easier. And you have a lot of drafts sitting in your TikTok. So if something happens one day and you can't work on any of this stuff, it is okay. Don't beat yourself up. You have drafts saved in your phone, so you're ready to post that video, so you never go a day without posting a video ever again. It's all there for you. It's waiting. Now, the content you're posting is really important, but that's a whole separate video about how to make content. This video is just all about how, to make a plan so that you can actually get this done. And then maybe I'll make more videos about how I create content, what ideas I come up with. But I do hope that this helps you understand that it's definitely possible. If you have 30, 45 minutes, an hour a day, you can definitely get this done and be posting 2 videos a day with no issue. I also wanted to mention that this video is just all about short form content. There's a whole separate plan that I have for long form content, and we can talk about that in a different video too if anyone is interested. I really hope that this is helpful for you. It took me a lot of research and troubleshooting to find this method that works for me, and I hope that it works for you too. I've just started doing this. I would say that in the past few months, it's been really helpful for me. If you like this kind of thing, feel free to subscribe. I post a video just like this every single week on YouTube, all about my journey and becoming a streamer and all the things that I'm learning. I just started streaming in July, so this is all very new to me. So I appreciate you so much for staying till the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.